Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind New York Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind New York Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys back in the stream, and happy Sunday, everybody. What you've been awaiting for. Game number 7 between the Pacers and the Knicks this afternoon. The winner will take on the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana, they've appeared in the Eastern Conference Finals 8 times as a team. Their last appearance a decade ago back in 2014. New York, 8 conference finals appearances as well for the Knicks. 2000, the last time that they appeared in a conference finals matchup for New York. If you're doing the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Game number 7 taking place at Madison Square Garden, New York City. The home team has won every single matchup in this series. New York 3-0 at home, 5-1 in the playoffs. The Pacers 0-3 in the road, just 1-5 on the road in these playoffs for Indiana. And they got some champions on this squad for New York. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, they all won a national championship at Villanova under head coach Jay Wright, so they know what it takes in these single-game elimination games to see if they can lead their team and prevail out to the Eastern Conference. Some really good news as well for New York entering tonight's game. Their list of injuries is down to 5 players now listed out today for this matchup. Josh Hart, he was questionable going into today's game due to an abdominal strain he suffered on Friday night in Game 6, but he is good to go for Josh Hart. Same as OG Anunoby. OG is back today for this game. He had a hamstring injury. He missed the 3 previous games prior to this, but OG is back as well. Both of them were a game-time decision, but upgraded to play today on the last check according to Woj on NBA Countdown. So some really good news for New York entering this matchup. This series has been an absolute roller coaster. The Knicks started off 2-0 to open up this series, winning 121-117, 130-121 in Games 1 and Game 2. After that, though, Indiana flipping the switch. They're 3-1 in the last 4 for the Pacers. They won Game 3, 111-106. Pacers won Game 4, 121-89. That was a week ago where they destroyed New York at Indiana. New York took Game 5, 121-91. Just been constant double-digit victories in the last 3 games, and then Indiana able to force the Game 7 as the Pacers won on Friday night, 116-103. What's good, Mike Sharita Angel on the stream? Welcome in, everybody, for this matchup today here. And big Game 7 on store. 1 out of the 2 Game 7s that we will be having today. Later on tonight will be Nuggets against T-Wolves, tipping off around 8 p.m. Jalen Brunson showing up huge, especially in the home games. He's averaging 38 points, 38.6 points per game in home games in his playoff series alone by Jalen Brunson. That's on an insane 54% shooting percentage for Jalen Brunson and almost 89% at the free throw line. In games on the road, he has struggled, but Jalen Brunson looking to see if he can go off for like a 40-plus matchup today, which he's done a couple times already in the series. Josh Hart, he is good to go. And this whole game, basically, I feel like it's going to depend on how Josh Hart shows up and plays in today's game. He is averaging a double-double of 20 and 13 in this playoff series at home, but on the road, he's averaging just 9.5 and 11 for points per game and rebounds per game. That's under half of the points that he's averaging on the road compared to what he's doing at home, which he's doubling his road points per game production by Josh Hart. He's coming in with an abdominal strain, but good to go today for this game. So this basically relies on the complementary piece of Josh Hart to go alongside Jalen Brunson, that they're going to need him to have a 20-plus point game to get it done today with an abdominal strain. So it's going to be a lot to see if how he's feeling in this game. But the rise of Miles McBride These two, for Miles McBride, for him, he's an X factor as well. 4 straight double-digit games he has scored for Miles McBride. He's averaging over 17 points per game in the last 3 games. He's shooting 7 for 13 from 3 in the last 2 games and above 53% from the perimeter. So he has gone off ever since he got inserted inside the starting 5. And today they have much more depth on the Knicks squad. They're probably going to go 9 guys deep instead of 7. Or 8 guys deep instead of 7 because Hart's back and then Anunoby returns for today's game. And with Anunoby, they were going 8 guys deep to begin with in the series. Daniel, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Adam on the stream, welcome on board. Yeah, there's right down the list for the Pacers. Pascal Siakam's been excellent in the series. He's been much better on the road than he has been at home, actually, looking at his shooting splits for Pascal Siakam. And he won a championship back in 2019 with the Raptors for Siakam, but it's all going to be about Tyrese Haliburton, whether he's aggressive or not in this game for the Pacers. That's going to determine a lot today. If he does get his points like he did, he had a 33-point game in Game 2, but they still lost, then it could be a close game down to the wire. But if he is stone cold and or just passing up the opportunities to shoot the ball like Game 1 and Game 5, then this could be a tough one tonight, this afternoon for Indiana in this game. He's putting up around 17 points per game on the road. He's averaging over 23 at home for Haliburton. Plus, Miles Turner, he was incredibly explosive in that last one for Miles Turner. He's going to have to set the tone as well in this game, too, if the Pacers want to have the chance to win. Plus, the bench guys alongside other starters, which, Nesmith and Nembhard. This Game 7 here, because I feel like it's going to benefit the defensive play more, because a lot of these guys are younger players, and they're going to come out shaky, most likely, and struggle to knock down their shots, and going to rely on the defenses. And the big question, can Indiana stop New York enough in this game? Because Indiana's been just excellent at home, but at MSG, it just hasn't been able to happen. They've given up over 120 plus points every single game at Madison Square Garden. Well, that's good. MB in the stream. Adam Cerrito, welcome in everybody today for this matchup here for this Game 7. And, I'll be interested to see where Bronny goes. I really don't know if he's going to get drafted for Bronny. He'll probably be picked up as an undrafted player, whatever, for LeBron over on the Lakers. If LeBron stays for LA, probably just be picked up that way, most likely. Wow, that's awesome. So Syracuse, lost to Denver in lacrosse, and Johns Hopkins against Virginia right now. Thanks for the update there, Thomas. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Johns Hopkins plays a lot of their sports D3, but for D1, they're a men's lacrosse program at the D1 level for them. They're like one of the top D3 programs for like multiple sports for them. Mr. Smiling in the stream, welcome back in. Yeah, this is the first out of second Game 7s that we'll be having today, and congratulations over to the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas winning in 6 last night over OKC. Oklahoma City was up by 17 points. They blew the lead, and then Dallas came on back and won the game. Dallas, I tuned in for like the last 5 minutes of that. PJ Washington, a couple big shots that he made. They made a lot of tough shots late in that game. It looked like they just could not miss for Dallas in like the final 5 minutes left to go. And then I saw PJ Washington was scoreless at halftime, because somebody put on Twitter that PJ Washington in the first half, somebody put on Twitter that he was an absolute bum for scoring nothing at halftime. And then an hour later, that really aged well, as PJ Washington hit down the game-winning free throws yesterday. But SGA, he had 35. Bright future for OKC, but just the experience just not there with the majority of those players playing in their first playoffs, and just a different style of basketball when you play playoff basketball. And Dallas's defense has come a long way. The trade deadline acquisitions that they got, P.J. Washington, and then also Derrick Jones Jr., which they picked up in the offseason as well. Like, a lot of guys just coming out of nowhere, making it happen this season for Dallas, playing their role and really improving the team in the second half of the season. Oh, wow. So, there's an undisputed heavyweight boxing champ, looks like, according to Adam. So we're going to tip off here in just a couple moments. Really good sign for New York in this game. Josh Hart, he was questionable entering this matchup. He is good to go due to an abdominal strain, but will be playing tonight for Josh Hart as he is inside the starting five, same as OG Anunoby. That will move Miles McBride back to the bench, which Miles McBride has been terrific lately. Doesn't matter if it's home or road, he's been excellent. Last couple of games by Miles McBride, he scored 4 straight games in double figures for him. Mario, what's good? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, man. Gonna tip off in like a minute or two from now. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 2 best words in sports. Game 7. About to begin the first out of 2 today for Game 7s. This one, the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday. Later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, will be T-Wolves against Nuggets, the defending champs, hosting Game 7 later tonight. But the New York Knicks, 5-1 at home in the playoffs, 3-0 at home in the series, taking on the Pacers. The Pacers well ahead of schedule, looking to do the unthinkable. Indiana yet to win on the road in this series. 2.5-point favorites on the line for New York in this game. Over-under is at 207.5 today. I get the Knicks for this one. So I feel like, being a Celtics fan myself, I feel like the better matchup would be Indiana. But I think that the home court here with New York, I think that's going to be a difference. And they got couple of guys who's been able to win national championships at the collegiate level that do have that single game experience. Winner move on, loser gets bounced out from the NCAA tournament type situation. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, those guys won a national championship back at Villanova, and I think Brunson at the end of this game is going to come down with like a 35 plus 40 plus point game, most likely. The home team has won 3/4 of these Game 7 matchups, 75% even. This is the 150th Game 7 in NBA history in the playoffs. And we'll have the 151st coming up later tonight between the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. Knicks, white uniforms, orange numbers, orange letters going right to left on the floor. Pacers, yellow uniforms, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters going left to right as we are underway. Hardenstein and Turner go up for the opening tip, and New York controls the opening tip. Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, both inside the starting 5 for the Knicks to begin this game. Brunson, as the ball was deflected out of bounds by Indiana, Brunson will get it back to inbound passer in the first 10 seconds of action. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. Those 3 guys won a national championship in the late 2000s at Villanova. OG Anunoby, Isaiah Hardenstein. Starting 5 for New York, going up against Tyrese Haliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner, the starting 5 for Indiana. Jumper inside the key. It's good for 2 right off the bat to begin for New York. Jalen Brunson, that's his first bucket of the game with the first field goal shot attempt tonight. Right back, Siakam, 15-footer, connects on it. Trading buckets with one another from the same place. 15-footers to the free throw circle. Brunson, guarded by Nesmith. Bounce pass into the hands to DiVincenzo at the right wing. Sends it on top over to Hardenstein. Hand off Brunson. Brunson, 8 on the shot clock in a 2-2 game. Brunson tees up a 3, no good. Rattled out. Offensive rebound controlled by Hardenstein. The rebound margin, if it's in favor of the Knicks, that could be a difference maker as well. Welcome back to NYC. OG Anunoby buries the 3. There's 3 points there off the offensive rebound by Hardenstein. 5-2 for the Knicks. Inside the key, and it's good by Nembhard. Yeah, Mr. Tops is doing pretty well. I got Nuggets in the late game tonight against Minnesota. That's going to be a close one. I predicted 7 right from the start in that series. Brunson looking to pass it off, sends to the heart. Hand off to Brunson. Brunson at the right wing perimeter. We get a foul. And it's going to be picked up by Nesmith here on the floor, as he knocked down Josh Hart, who tried to set the screen. So it's going to be the first personal foul of today's game. Nesmith trying to get around that screen. A heavy contact as he just swallowed up Josh Hart. Inbound for New York. Brunson has it at the edge of the midcourt logo. Brunson, skip pass, left corner. DiVincenzo, guarded by Nembhard. DiVincenzo dribbles up inside the key, shovels off to Hardenstein, floated up the runner, no good. Missed rim short. Pacers collect the defensive rebound. Haliburton up the floor finds Nembhard. Nembhard sends it on top over to Turner. Turner towards his left, shovels off to Nembhard. 10 in the shot clock through the first 2 minutes of action. Nembhard, pocket pass, jumper, 15-footer. Miles Turner, swoosh. 6-5 for the Pacers. Joe, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. So whoever wins this game will play against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So this is the Eastern Conference semis for Game 7. Whoever wins this will play in the Eastern Conference Finals against Boston starting Tuesday. Brunson moves it out to the right corner into the hands to Anunoby. Already is buried at 3-2 in the shot clock. Rises for the jumper. Tough shot. And he drills it. OG Anunoby in a follow-away at the deep right baseline. Connects on it. 7-6 for New York. The whole crowd going wild for OG, coming back after missing 3 straight games due to the hamstring injury. Quarter 3, splash. Miles Turner sizzles the triple. Hardenstein forgot to close out on the outside. Victor in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, man. Hope so, brother. Jordan on the channel, welcome in here for Jordan jump shot. Brunson, bounce pass, left corner, wide open 3. DiVincenzo, no good. Battle for the rebound. DiVincenzo comes down with it, high off the glass, no good. Tipped up in the air. Nembhard collects the defensive rebound. Out to the wing. Here's a 3 and bricked off the back rim, no good by Haliburton. The rebound gets controlled by Hart. Out of the pack. Hart attacking, looking to go coast to coast, no good. Missed the layup as he was looking for the foul call, couldn't get it. Siakam backs his way into Anunoby. 2 former teammates. Siakam, runner, got it to go, good for 2. 11-7 for the Pacers. Am on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, congrats out to Dallas. Big win yesterday for Dallas. Crazy. Brunson off the jab step. Brunson, jumper, deep 2, no good. Off the mark, tipped up, out of bounds. Last deflected off of Hardenstein. So it was a good start for the Knicks, but the Pacers right now able to make a couple shots recently to get ahead in this game. Both of these teams have had a look so far, though. DiVincenzo wasn't able to make the 3. Couple trips up the floor previous. Siakam takes it up the court here. Siakam guarded by Anunoby. Bounce pass off to Nembhard. Nembhard, top of the free throw circle, fires a bullet down low over to Siakam, and he scores up and in off the glass. Pascal Siakam, former champion with the Toronto Raptors back in 2019, playing like one right now and guiding his team early on in this Game 7. Siakam with 6 out of the 13, 7-zip run by the Pacers. DiVincenzo laces up the 3, swoosh! Bang, bang at the right wing perimeter, finding the stroke early on in this game by Dante DiVincenzo. Indiana tees up a 3, Nembhard sinks it. Quick up the floor with their possessions. That wasn't even 5 seconds later. Both of these teams nailing down jumpers. 2 for 4 from the perimeter by New York. 2 for 3 by Indiana. Pacers by 6. Knicks will burn the first time out of the game. 16-10 left to go. The first quarter of action with 7:19 remaining in the first. An electric start right now. Indiana finding their momentum, hitting their shot. Andrew Nembhard up to 5 points for him. Playing well in the Game 7. This is a Pacers team that's well ahead of schedule. They went to the in-season tournament championship back in December against the Lakers. And they got a trio right now on the scoreboard. Pascal Siakam leading his team. 6 points for him. Perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. Andrew Nembhard, 5 points alongside 2 assists. One of those was a laser right down the middle off the Siakam inside the key for the open 2. 5 points by Miles Turner so far, setting that tone early. Haliburton yet to score. Aaron Nesmith yet to score. The Knicks, led by OG Anunoby, welcome back. Big news that he's playing today. 5 points by OG, 3 by DiVincenzo. Brunson had the first 2 points of the game. So Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein yet to score so far. Hartenstein had that massive offensive rebound that led to those 3 points by Anunoby from a 3. What's good? Hockey from home. Welcome back in here, bud. Got 100 plus watching right now, tuning in as we just took the first time out today's game. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton, being found on YouTube. Make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you'd like to come on back for future content here, be a part of future live streams, feel free to ring the notification bell as well. I plan on being back later tonight covering Nuggets against T-Wolves in the second Game 7 of the night. Hey, what's good? OG on the channel. Welcome in, man. Yeah, Haliburton's still scoreless right now. Yeah, my apologies if you guys hear like a background noise or so. I actually cleaned out my laptop fan today because what the issue usually is that the laptop fan generates dust in it. So I cleaned it out, got a good chunk of the dust out, but it's still like making like rattling noises in the fan for some reason. And a laptop, I got it like 9 years ago for myself. I was back in college when I got it for my internship, so I'm probably gonna at the end of the year see if I can get another one. So I'm gonna have to get something else next year for my sports season to take on location, because that's the laptop I usually take on location. But usually when I clean out the fan, it is able to stop the like fan noises from coming in, but it still is, which is unfortunate. So see how it goes throughout the rest of the day. What's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in, man. Wow, Red Sox out to a great start, 11-3 now. That's awesome. I got Nuggets later tonight. Yeah, that was a really good game last night. I was out for the entire day yesterday, but I came back, saw the last 5 minutes. I saw that OKC was up by 17. Dallas came back and won it yesterday. 16-10, back to action. Brunson circles his way inside. A key kick to the corner. DiVincenzo laces up the 3. Bang, bang. He rips it through the chute for the 3 ball. 16-13. Off the pivot, Siakam, jumper, left elbow, connects on it. Pascal Siakam, 8 points so far, out of the 18 for Indiana. Under 7 left to go in the first. Perfect 4 for 4 from the floor by Siakam. Josh Hart takes up the floor. He's in the court with Brunson, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, and Miles McBride the first time today. Brunson, guarded by Nembhard. Brunson, bounce pass right corner, McBride. McBride forced out towards the wing. Jacks up the 3 over Siakam. McBride no good. Tipped out to the perimeter. Deflected inside. Hartenstein, another offensive rebound. Down low, Hart. Hart dribbles back out to the top. Handoff. DiVincenzo laces up the 3. Oh, he hits it. Dante DiVincenzo, third made 3 in the first quarter. 18-16, you know, things are going to go well for the Knicks if he has a shooting stroke like that. Surprisingly, they're trailing by 2, though, right now. Indiana having a strong game by Siakam. Here he's at the top. Siakam drives. Perfect 4 for 4 at the low block. Outside moves it out to the top to Turner. Gets the way back to Siakam. 3 in the shot clock. Elevates for the J. Siakam buries it. 11 onto the 21 through Pascal Siakam. An ultimate champion. Won the NBA championship 5 years ago with the Raptors in 2019. Leaner inside the key is good for 2 by Brunson. Quick up the floor. Ben Shepherd to the rim. Scores for a quick bucket. 23-18 Pacers now. This game's got some pace to it. Indiana, by the way, has only missed 1 shot this entire quarter. They are right now rapid fire for their offense. 10 for 11 shooting from the floor. Knicks are 7 for 14, hanging in down by 5. Couple big buckets because of offensive rebounds. Hart, off balance shot, good to go inside the key, good for 2. Everybody's making shots in the Game 7. I thought these guys would be shaky or so. Everybody's been able to make shots so far. Siakam backs his way in hard. Siakam out to the mid-block. Fires the pass down low. Oh, what a bullet. Miles Turner missed the slam dunk, though. Blew the slam dunk. Here goes the Knicks with it. Attacking. Dribble drive down the lane. DiVincenzo goes up. He got stripped. He got fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here at the line for New York with Dante DiVincenzo. Andrew, what's good? Welcome in here, man. Things going pretty well. 4:50 left to go in the first. But a change there. In the case of this game, instead of a 5-point game with a made slam dunk by Miles Turner, this could be a 2-point game if DiVincenzo connects on both of these free throws. The Pacers will burn a timeout right now, though. So Indiana takes the timeout. 4:50 left to go in the first as we had a timeout graphic come up on the screen. Did we have a scrum here between players? We had a camera facing away, and the referees had to come in and separate both of these teams at the free throw circle. DiVincenzo's getting ready. Ooh! DiVincenzo's getting ready to shoot free throws, awaiting at the free throw circle where Siakam is just lingering inside the key, and then DiVincenzo went up to Siakam and shoved him, and then retaliation right back by Siakam, and then the referees had to come in and separate both of the teams, and Indiana is going to challenge this foul. So Indiana's going, I believe they're going to challenge the foul on the layup attempt by DiVincenzo before things got scrappy right there to Chippy, that the referees had to separate players. So that's what's happening. DiVincenzo, as he drove downhill, he was stripped by Haliburton, and the referees ruled it a foul by Haliburton. So if this stands, it will be 2 free throws by DiVincenzo at the line. That's why Siakam was just lingering inside the key and not set on his side on the block next to the paints, because he wanted to slow the game down to make sure that Indiana with Rick Carlisle was going to challenge the call. And DiVincenzo wasn't happy. He needed the Pacers to get set around the free throw area so he could shoot his 2 free throws. But Siakam was just standing there in the middle of the key and wouldn't, because they needed a challenge, and they got the challenge off in time. So 23-20, we take the timeout on the floor here. Indiana burns their first timeout. They take their first challenge, and they're challenging the ruling that Tyrese Haliburton stripped Dante DiVincenzo cleanly with the basketball, and it was not a foul. So the referees ruled it a foul. Pascal Siakam, huge start so far. Already first player to double figures, 11 points in 7 minutes. Perfect 5 for 5 from the floor. And they're almost perfect as a team. They're 10 for 12 shooting right now for Indiana. I don't know how long you can sustain that, though, because the Knicks this season have been just such a great defense that eventually they're going to make their adjustments, and they're going to start to make this game more physical and start to wear you down in the offensive glass. So this is as great as a start that you can get for Indiana. I just feel like it's going to be very tough to sustain it. Hey, what's good, Charliso? Welcome back in. Junior Smooth in the channel, welcome in. Yeah, looking at, they only showed one replay. It looked like a clean strip by Haliburton. The Pacers, they felt that just multiple calls didn't go their direction. In the first 2 games of this series, they had they had went back and watched the film. They filed a report that 78 games, the 78 plays during the first 2 playoff games at Madison Square Garden did not go their way for Indiana based on the first 2 games in the series. So Haliburton. Now that clearly, on that replay from the side, it looks like it's all ball that Haliburton got, stripping DiVincenzo down the lane. And yeah, that was correct. So the Pacers get it back. So that was a correct challenge there by Indiana. So the call has been overturned. Haliburton still without a foul. Over the top and the first time on the floor. Air ball. Haliburton couldn't put it back up and in from point-blank range on the putback opportunity. Couldn't make it. Brunson has it. Sends it off to DiVincenzo. Up fake. Dribbles up. Gets past Haliburton. Takes the 3. No good. Missed it out. The bounce off the rim. Out of bounds. Last touched off of Hartenstein. Ron, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Harpoon Bakery in the stream. Welcome aboard. So, for Indiana, they actually won that challenge. Luckily for them. Very early on in this game as we're approaching 4 minutes left to go in the first. TJ McConnell. Towards his right. Floats it across the floor. Off to Haliburton. Wide open 3. He makes it. 26-20. That makes up for the one that he couldn't make off the putback chance from like 2 feet away. Brunson crosses midcourt, guarded by McConnell 1-on-1. Brunson at the left wing, 10 in the shot clock. Brunson swings it out across the floor. Josh Hart, spin move, gets past Toppin, and Toppin here will pick up around the perimeter, a reach and follow. Toppin a little bit shaken up there as well. So Brunson, far side of the floor, inbound passer. Hart back into the hands to Brunson. Brunson turns the corner, jumper to elbow, connects on it. 26-22. The Pacers just been red hot in this game right now. 11 for 15 shooting from the floor. Jalen Brunson for him for New York, a 6. Over to Turner. Turner backs his way. Mid-block, lost the handle. The basketball here gets tied up. And we will have a jump ball. Ooh. Hartenstein holding on to his right ankle, gets up though. He's okay. That was concerning there for Knicks fans in a split second. Now, Hartenstein was the one who forced the tie up, and then I think he got his right knee buckled under Turner. So he tried to force the tie up, and he looks fine though. So they're going to have to do the jump ball once again. They did it, and both of the teams were not set for the jump ball. So finally the referees got everybody set here around the free throw circle on the Knicks side, and Hartenstein tips it out of bounds. So he tipped it backwards off to Hart. Hart tried to track it down next to the baseline, but went right into the side of the media crew for the camera guys next to the stanchion. So this will be Pacers inbound here. McConnell sends it off to the right corner into the hands to Haliburton towards his left. Turns the corner. Haliburton at the free throw circle. Jumper over McBride. Swoosh. Everybody's making shots right now in this game. 28-22. Indiana's red hot from the floor. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Brunson. He's guarded by McConnell at the left wing. Brunson drives, floats up the shot. No good. Bricked off the back rim. Rebound secured here for Toppin out of the pack. Off to McConnell. Moves it at the left corner. No look pass. Ben Shepherd over to Haliburton. He tees up a 3. Haliburton. He splashes it. 31-22. Tyrese Haliburton taking over this game now for Indiana. 8 points just like that in a flash by Haliburton. Knicks here looking for a bucket. Brunson drives inside a key runner. No good. Around the rim and out. Tipped up to Ben Shepherd, who collects the defensive rebound. Shepherd just credited the last assist that he had with a 3 made by Haliburton in the previous play. Here's another 3. Haliburton's red hot. Haliburton takes it, and he makes it. Bang, bang. Rattles in by Tyrese Haliburton. 12-point lead and a run of his own for Haliburton right now. He's got 11 as the Knicks will burn a timeout. What a start here by Tyrese Haliburton. being aggressive, getting the looks, taking the threes, making the threes, and everybody is buying themselves buckets to begin this game for the Pacers. 78% shooting from the floor by Indiana in the first quarter. They are on rapid fire right now to begin with. 14 for 18, 6 for 8 from three-point range. The best day in the world to have everybody make a shot if you're the Pacers, and it's happening all across the lineup right now. Siakam set the tone early on. Siakam's got 11. Haliburton has got 11 points winning the last, 3.5 minutes for him. 11 points now in 10 total minutes of court time, but he's exploded for the last 3.5. He's poured in those 11 points. 5 each between Turner and Nembhard. Off the bench, they have 2 with Ben Shepherd. Knicks led by DiVincenzo with 9. Brunson, 3 for 7 now as they've gone Brunson heavy in this game. After OG got out to a great start with a quick 5 points for him, Josh Hart's got 2. What's good, Edith on the stream? Welcome back in. If you're new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Got 150 plus right now. Thanks for watching today. Tyrese Haliburton coming in red hot, aggressive. 4 for 6 in the first quarter, 3 for 4 from the perimeter as we come back from the timeout. McConnell deflected it near side of the floor. The ball got deflected out of bounds though. Scored the last 8 points straight for Indiana for Haliburton. So he's on an individual run of himself currently. 8-zip run. Brunson. He takes on McConnell at the mid-block. Brunson inside the key. We have a foul picked up on the reach-in. Charge to McConnell. One week ago, the Pacers were at home. They shredded New York. New York looking to get their groove back, trailing by 12. Brunson at the top, slides it off to his right, DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo rises for the jumper. Deep 2, connects on it. Has he had a great game or what right now? Single-handedly keeping his team hanging in, trailing by 10. 34-24, Dante DiVincenzo has 9. Haliburton swings it inside the key, bounce past top and into the hands to McConnell. Jumper as he connects on it at the low right block off the fall away by TJ. 36-24. They're 15 for 19 shooting in this quarter for Indiana. Knicks are just 10 for 21. Red hot explosive performance by the Pacers to begin. Brunson dribbles, drives inside. Runner came off short. Jalen Brunson after an excellent start. Wheels have started to fall off recently for him. Haliburton open with space, takes the 3. Oh, he hits another one. Tyrese Haliburton on another planet right now off the step back. A 15-point lead for the Pacers. A road game and overcoming all the odds right now with an amazing start for Indiana. McBride, jumper, baseline, got it. Yes, I'll be covering Nuggets T-Wolves later tonight. Celtics play on Tuesday at 8 p.m. They'll face the winner of this game for the Eastern Conference Finals. Siakam hands it off to Haliburton. Haliburton sends it off to Siakam. These two guys been eating at the Knicks defense to start off this game. Siakam with a jumper, deep 2, tipped up, no good. Goes over to Brunson. Brunson up the floor, finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo soars up to the rim, fouled from the backside by Ben Shepherd. DiVincenzo will shoot 2. My clock was a little ahead. We're down to 17 seconds left to go. Big free throws upcoming right now. First one's good by DiVincenzo, 39-27. Alec Burks checks on the floor first time tonight as Jalen Brunson will check out, head towards the bench. Second shot by DiVincenzo, no good, came off the rim short. McConnell collects the defensive rebound. 15 seconds left to go. Pacers with the final possession to close out the first quarter. McConnell, He's defended by DiVincenzo one-on-one. McConnell had a poke loose, intercepted by Anunoby. 4 seconds left to go. Josh Hart quick up the floor outside. DiVincenzo launches off the back rim, no good. Missed the buzzer as we close out at the end of the first quarter. DiVincenzo, hands behind the back of his head. He knows it. Well, what a strong start for Indiana. 39-27, the Pacers. You couldn't ask for a better day to show up and make shots today in a road game. They're doing it right now. Indiana, first quarter, they finished 16 for 21 shooting, 7 for 9 from three-point range, led by Tyrese Haliburton with 14 points on 5 for 7 shooting and 4 for 5 from 3 in the opening quarter itself. We close out the end of one, Pacers by 12, 39-27. Wow. It's not like the Knicks are having like a poor shooting performance either for themselves. Hasn't been great, hasn't been bad. 46% shooting for New York currently, but Jalen Brunson got out to a really good start, but he's missed a bunch of shots now for Brunson during that second portion of the first quarter for him. He's got 6 points, but just 3 for 8 shooting. 12 points by DiVincenzo. He's got the stroke. There just has to be other players for New York if they want to win this game. That's got to hit have the stroke tonight to find their shot, because the Pacers have come out and everybody has gotten it right now for Indiana. And Tyrese Haliburton, this version of him being aggressive, knocking down step back Jays, this is the version that they need in order to win today for Indiana. They've got it. In the first quarter of this game, they've got that exact version. Things looking good, but we still got 3 more quarters left to play. Brack of the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here. Best of luck there. He's got 114 on Indiana for this one. Feel free, hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this one here today? Pacers or Knicks? Who you guys got to take Game 7 to advance over to the Eastern Conference Finals? It's been a decade since Indiana last appeared in the Eastern Conference Finals, 2014. And the Knicks last time, 24 years ago, 2000. I mean, this is gonna be a big dud if New York can't take this one here. You got a home game, you got everything set out for you. You had OG and Josh Hart announced today as starters after coming in questionable due to injury. All depends if Indiana can sustain it. That's going to be a tough thing to do right now. The Pacers shooting the ball 76% in the opening quarter. New York's got the top 2 defense this season in the NBA. Definitely did not show up like one in the first quarter. Still got 3 quarters left to go, and if anything, that OKC Dallas game from yesterday, it's just been this type of year with all the comeback games that we've had. There's been more comebacks this season than any other season in the NBA. And yesterday the Thunder were up by 17, and the Mavs came back and the Mavs won it. What's good? Seti on the channel, welcome in. Alright, so we get back to action right now. My clock is going to be a little bit slower. They did not get the game back in time. That there was a commercial running and we missed the first bucket coming back to the switch between quarters. So Indiana scored the first basket. There was an extra commercial on the TV screen, so we did not get back into the broadcast in time. 41-27 Indiana right now. And the Knicks missed the last shot, got deflected out of bounds off the loose ball off of New York. So Indiana with it once again. Siakam is on the floor with Isaiah Jackson, Ben Shepherd, Aaron Neesmith, and TJ McConnell. McConnell, baseline. Right baseline dribble, working on Achua. Bounce pass inside the key. Isaiah Jackson with a left hand. He scores for the runner. Good for 2. 43-27 right now. With 11 minutes left to go before half. Statement start with a 4-zip run by the Pacers to start off the second quarter. Kick out to the wing. Handoff from Achua over to McBride. Takes the 3, bricked off the back rim. Loose off the rim. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by New York. So McBride just clearly bricked it. Hartenstein not looking like himself right now for him. Hartenstein should have hustled more for that offensive rebound and couldn't track it down in the corner. He's got 2 personal fouls, 11 total minutes played. No points by Hartenstein. McConnell, right baseline dribble guarded by Hartenstein. Tried to go back door, and he scores up and in. It is good for 2 by TJ McConnell. 45-27 for Indiana. They've been able to sustain the red-hot start right now. Alec Burks on the floor with Hartenstein, McBride, DiVincenzo, and Achua. They got one hot hand with DiVincenzo. Burks right to the rim. Got it to go, and one by Alec Burks. And that's a big bucket there for New York. Ice Ice Baby, welcome back in. Taking the Pacers today in this one. Alec Burks sneaking his way right past Isaiah Jackson to the cup, and he got fouled on the backside. So this will be 2 shots coming up, or 1 shot coming up at the free throw line. He got the bucket to begin with. So it's going to be the and 1 coming up for Alec Burks. 1 shot here by Burks. It's up and got it. Able to rattle in. 15-point game right now for the Knicks. They are going to have to get some stops. They have yet to show that today. Isaiah Jackson, top of the key, puts the ball into the hands to McConnell. McConnell drives on Hartenstein, passes off the roll down. Jackson, triple team. Jackson forces up a shot. Jackson gets fouled. And he'll have 2 coming up here at the line for Isaiah Jackson. It's going to be charged to Precious Achua, who picks up the shooting foul. So 2 shots coming up here by Jackson, looking to extend this lead for the Pacers right now. First free throw's up. First free throw no good. Missed off the rim short. There's been no slowing down Indiana to begin this game. 79% shooting from the floor. 1 percentage point better than what they shot in the first quarter. They shot 78% at the end of quarter number 1. New York's going to have to tighten it up defensively. Hey, what's good? Marcus on the channel. Welcome in from the Bahamas here, bud. Jalen Brunson right now on the bench. Second shot by Jackson. Jackson drills it. 16-point lead. Still plenty of game left to go. As we welcome in Tyson Meets and Yomar onto the channel right now. This Indiana team basically cannot miss. They're 19 for 24 shooting from the floor. DiVincenzo, the lone hot hand for New York to begin. DiVincenzo, top of the key, a lot of dribbling. 5 in the shot clock. His pass gets intercepted by Nembhard. Nembhard gallops up in the open floor. Over to McConnell. McConnell takes it inside the key. Leaner over. Burks drops in for 2 more. 48-30. The Pacers playing out of their mind right now. And this will result in another timeout taken on the floor by New York. 9:19 left to go before halftime. Indiana already up to 20 made field goals in this entire game on just 25 attempted shots. They are above 80, or they are at 80% shooting right now as a team. Just red hot fire, rapid rate scoring by the Pacers. TJ McConnell coming off the bench. And he is plugged in now. 6 off the bench for McConnell. Perfect. 3 for 3. They're going to have to get a much better rotation out there coming in. So that was done with a lot of bench guys on the floor. That was with Burks, Achua, DiVincenzo, Hardenstein. There was a fifth player on the floor. It was not Brunson, though. Brunson was on the bench during that span. Holy smokes. Like, this Pacers team, like, they're scoring buckets like 5 seconds after the inbounds. Like less than 5 seconds, taking it up the floor, the distance. And that's what they're known for this season. Going to play their style and outshoot their opponents, and they've done it so far today. 20 for 25 shooting. Having their best shooting performance of the season in this game right now. Wow. Yeah, this has been a crazy start here because New York's just been so dominant on their home floor, and Indiana's really struggled in road games. This is a statement start right now for the Pacers, how they begun this game. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here in this timeouts. It's as good as you can get it for Indiana. 14 by Haliburton. He won on in an individual 8-zip run at one point. The first quarter by Haliburton. 11 points by Pascal Siakam. He set the tone early. Yeah, that's my laptop fan. So my apologies there if you're hearing like a vibrating sound or so. That's my laptop fan to one of my computers. Yeah, it keeps on doing that for every single streamer. So I even cleaned out the laptop fan because it usually resolves it when it gets like dust inside the laptop fan, but it hasn't been able to resolve it or so. I'm probably gonna have to go out and buy another one sometime, most likely. 48-30 now as we come back to action. Brunson back in the game. Skip pass, right corner. Hart on the three, came off the rim short, deflected up to Brunson here. Top of the key, Brunson, and McConnell got knocked down. That's going to be a loose ball foul. Charge to Josh Hart off the rebound. So this is going to be Pacers basketball right now. $18 up here for Indiana and with possession. Nembhard at the edge of the midcourt logo. Floats it outside to Ben Shepherd. Shepherd with driving space. Runner inside the key. Bounces in. Good for two. 50-30 right now. Everything's just dropping so far for Indiana. Brunson up the floor. He's guarded by Shepherd. Will attack inside the paint. Got it stripped. Lost it. Another turnover by New York now with 2 straight possessions. They have turned it over. McConnell. Entry pass out to the mid-block. Siakam. He's working on McBride. Brings along a double team. Siakam. Shovel pass underneath. Shepherd. Shovel over to the big fella. Isaiah Jackson soars up and throws it down with a two-handed dunk. This game's getting out of control right now. 52-30. Sucking all the life out of the home crowd here. Josh Hart drives inside the paint. Hart's off the jump stop. Gets fouled. This is going to be 2 shots coming up here for New York by Hart. Bill, welcome in the stream here, bud. Everything just going correct for Indiana. They are moving the ball at a high clip, efficient rate, and getting the best possible shots. Open threes or everything's been done at the rim. First one's good by Hart. Second one's good. 20-point game right now, 52-32. Nembhard lobs it off to the top of the key here. Turner shovels over to McConnell. Outside, back into the hands of Nembhard. Nembhard at the left wing. Over to Turner with some space. Pops up for the three. Off the rim, no good. Deflected out of bounds. Last touched off of McBride, the referees will say. So this is going to stay Pacers basketball right now. And this has just been as rough as you could get here for New York, especially in the second quarter, as the Pacers outscored New York 13-5 to begin the second quarter. Late stretch of the first into the second. It's been a one-team show right now. Bounce pass. McConnell. Jumper. 18-footer. Good. Miles Turner drills the deep two. They keep on upping their lead right now. 7 points by Turner. Whew. Almost lost that dribble. Was Achua. I don't know why he did not attack and get up a shot to the defense. Either way, it leads to open two by Alec Burks, the baseline. 20-point game once again. Porzingis, I heard, is out for Game 1 and Game 2, but there's likelihood that he'll return during some point in the Eastern Conference Finals. But from what I heard, he'll be out for Games 1 and Game 2. That's a turnover. Travel violation called on Nembhard around the perimeter. That's what you want if you're the Knicks right now. You needed a break like that in this game, and we'll see if they can capitalize. This is a huge possession here currently. Brunson been limited in this game. Pacers have 17 assists in this first half to just 2 turnovers. Kick to the corner. Hart into the hands here to Burks. Up fake jumper, mid-range. Alec Burks drills it. Back-to-back buckets by Burks right now. Hanging in here for New York. Still got a long way to go. 18-point game. Nembhard at the top. Slides it off to his left. McConnell. Hand off to Nesmith. Bobbled it. Got it back though off the dribble. Over to Nembhard. Nembhard at the top of the key. Nembhard off the pick set by Turner. Drives downhill to the rim. Nembhard slices defenders up and then off the backboard. Good for 2. Took it all the way straight line to the cup there by Nembhard. He's had a good game so far in this Game 7. 5 points by Nembhard, but now it's up to 7. He's perfect. 3 for 3 from the floor. Burks. Jumper. Swoosh. Back-to-back buckets by Alec Burks for the Knicks. They cannot get any stops for New York. Nembhard with some more space, guarded by Achua at the right elbow. This is just mind-boggling that you got a top 2 team defensively this season, and they cannot force a single stop recently, and except for turnovers. It's a travel violation, once again, committed by Nembhard. That's now 2 travels within a 2-minute span by Nembhard, and once again, just like the last travel, it gets New York some momentum to see if they can build upon this, but they're down by a bunch. They're going to have to take it 1 possession at a time. Brunson has a cutter underneath, fires it over to Achua. Achua guarded by Turner, though. Turner with a good closeout just in time. Achua with a right hand, no good. Couldn't finish over Turner. Turner lost it, though, off the rebound out of bounds. It will stay Knicks ball. So the Knicks get lucky. It was lost off the fingertips of Turner out of bounds. That was a great defensive stance, though, by Turner, but couldn't collect the defensive rebound. Brunson underneath the inbound passer. Outside of Burks to the right corner. Bounce pass top of the key. Achua sends it off to his left. McBride. McBride turns the corner. Dribble drive right down the lane inside. He is blocked from behind by Miles Turner. McBride out of the pack. Came up with a loose ball, though. Downhill to the rim, and we get a foul. Alec Burks, his determination keeps on showing as he got clobbered at the end of this play, and Alec Burks will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Miles Turner with a massive block, stuffing McBride at the rim. Miles Turner just stuffs it straight up off the glass. So this is going to be 2 shots here by Alec Burks at the free throw line. First one. It's good. Little by little, they'll see if they can chip into it. We're going to have a timeout here. Okay, so we're going to have a timeout here on the floor. 56-39 with 5:33 left to go. Yeah, it's gotten progressively worse like during the last couple of streams or so, unfortunately. So, my apologies there. That's my computer fan in the background. I've given up on like what to do about it because I cleaned it out earlier this afternoon, cleaned out the dust, and that always has resolved it, and unfortunately it didn't today because I went outside, cleaned it at like noontime today. What's good? Word Sport in the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, tough one so far for New York. This is as great as a game that you could play for Indiana. Perfect basketball right now for them, despite the 2 turnovers that they've had recently with Nembhard. It's been as perfect as a game that you can get. 17 total assists by Indiana on just 4 turnovers right now. There's just been no hot hands offensively for New York. Jalen Brunson limited to just 6 points here in an elimination game currently for Brunson. Hardenstein is yet to even score today. Held in check with just 4 rebounds on the glass. And the Pacers are actually leading the rebound column 10-8 right now. Yeah, this game's far from over right now. The Knicks just haven't been able to find a way to slow down Indiana. It's been shocking because this has been a defensive-minded squad. Historically for New York been one of the top defenses this season, and they came in just very, very strong in home games this season. This reminds me a lot of the Cavs and how they played against the Magic in that first game. So they have it right now. Those 56 points have been distributed between 24 for 30 shooting from the floor right now. So we got another free throw, and that is good as we come back from the timeout. 56-40. Brayton, what's good? Welcome in here, man. Yeah, it's whoever wins this series, there's a major disadvantage to whoever wins the 7-game series. Here we go for New York. They get the deflection in. The steal. Achua up ahead of the pack. This could be the momentum builder. Throws it down with a 2-handed flush in transition. 14-point game right now. 56-42. Finally getting the crowd able to cheer for something. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Haliburton dribbles up. He drives inside the key, flings it across the floor. Siakam, he takes on Hart. Siakam, loose ball, tries to gamble for it was Hart. And Nesmith has it. Nesmith bounce pass to Siakam. They bring along a double. Bounce pass over to Nembhard. Nembhard, jumper, got it. They brought a gamble with a double team, but Andrew Nembhard was able to drill the 2. 9 points perfect, 4 for 4 here in an elimination game by Nembhard. Brunson He's guarding the outside. Brunson working on one player's Neesmith. Brunson floats it across the floor. Hand off to Alec Burks. Burks rises for the jumper. Takes the three. Came off the rim. No good. Rebound controlled by Nembhard. Nembhard out of the pack. Across the floor. Neesmith takes the three. Makes the three from downtown for Aaron Neesmith. Wow. They just keep on burying shot after shot after shot today. Brunson at the top. Swings it outside to the wing. Here's a three. No good. Bricked off the back rim by McBride. McBride's been cold today off the bench. Just 2 points on 1 for 5 shooting in the elimination game. Siakam outside to Haliburton. No look pass. Top of the key. Miles Turner guarded by Brunson on a mismatch. They got Hart defending Siakam inside the key. Siakam no good off the pivot. Missed it on what should have been an easy two out of the pack here. Here comes Hart. Kick. Quarter. Outside it goes to Burks. Drives with a head full of steam. Right to the rim. He scores. Up and in. Off the backboard and one. Coming up at the free throw line for Alec Burks. 17-point game right now. Alec Burks keeping his team at least hanging in. But still a long way left to go. When nothing has gone right for the New York Knicks, he has been special for Alec Burks. He is the top player for New York today with 13 points. 5 for 6 shooting from the floor. And this is, I believe, his 3rd and 1 for a free throw right now for Alec Burks. And it's good. 16-point game. 3:40 left to go before half. 8 minutes. He has dropped down 14 points off the bench. Haliburton dribbles up to the elbow. Into the hands to Turner. Hand off Haliburton. Haliburton at the right elbow. Bounce pass underneath though. What a find. Couldn't finish at the rim was Turner. Second chance Turner. Turner with a putback. He got it to go. And one. Isaiah Hartenstein. You could not pick a worse game for him to play in a Game 7 today. Just everything looks off by Hartenstein. You got Turner on a mismatch down low. Hartenstein is just not hustling. He is just does not look right for Hartenstein. Not boxing out, not doing anything, just standing there for Hartenstein. Standing there, not even hustling to the next play. One shot here at the free throw line. And it's good. 64-45. Hartenstein now has 3 personal fouls, nothing in 13 minutes. Top of the key, Brunson. Brunson dribbles up free throw circle. Brunson lost it off the spin, gets fouled by Neesmith. So Neesmith reached in, defending Brunson. Got 3:12 left to go. So 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line for Brunson. And the first one's good. Yeah, so if you guys are hearing like a background noise, that's my computer laptop fan. Second shot is good by Brunson. 64-47 right now. Haliburton in the backcourt being pressured by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo got out to an excellent start to begin this game. They hung in early on, but the rest of it's been the Pacers so far this first half. Pocket pass from Nembhard to the free throw circle off to Siakam. Outside it goes to Haliburton. Haliburton rises for the jumper. Got it! As he swooshes it down, 66-47. High-level shot creation in this game for Indiana. They just keep on going off. Making shot after shot after shot. Looks so easy right now. Brunson at the right wing. Step back 3 in the air over Ben Shepherd. No good. Bounced off the rim 3 times around and out. Siakam looks to push it. Nembhard outside Siakam. Hand off Haliburton. Haliburton turns the corner. Drives down the lane and deflected out of bounds. Last blocked out of bounds by Achiuwa. Yeah, this has just been a sad first half for New York. Absolutely sad first half. Haliburton saying, "He too small. Nobody can guard me today." Looks like we're going to cut to a break here in this game. 2:23 left to go. The Knicks are going to take a timeout right now, as this game is just slipping all the way out of the hands of New York. Yeah, actually it says Hartenstein is, so he's German for him. So it says that he's a German American for nationality. So he was born in Oregon, but his nationality is German for Hartenstein. Yeah, tough one for New York right now. Underwater levels, welcome to the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell here if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams in the channel. And I plan on being back later tonight as well, covering Nuggets against T-Wolves for game number 7. If you'd like to come on back for that stream, feel free to do so. Yeah, it's just been a rough game for New York right now. I cannot believe their defense has given up these shots. Also, Indiana's found their groove offensively. Like, this is the best day ever for the Pacers to find their shot. 66-47. It's been a mix of both of them. Open shots as Brunson cannot find a shot. Missed it at the baseline. No good. Siakam collects the defensive rebounds. Siakam up the floor. He's guarded by Burks. Backs his way inside the key. Siakam, turnaround jumper. Siakam, and he keeps on hitting. Rise and fire off the turnaround. 21-point lead for Indiana. They came into this game just 1-5 in road games. The Knicks 5-1 at home. Go figure. Minute 50 left to go before half as Brunson had it, drove inside a key, and there'll be a foul picked up here on the floor, charged to the Pacers. And Pascal Siakam, just an absolute champion, played with the Raptors 5 years ago, won the championship back in 2019, and he set the tone early in this game. 13 by Siakam. Haliburton, big time aggressiveness for him today, 16. In the bonus, 2 shots with Brunson, no good. Something's completely wrong with Jalen Brunson. Ben, welcome on the channel. Thanks for joining in here, bud. Jalen Brunson, looks like the wheels have fallen off. He got out to a good start in the first 5 minutes, but just cannot find a bucket recently for him. 3 for 11 now from the floor. I believe he's missed like the last 6 or 7 shots from the floor for Brunson around that stretch. 68-48. Minute 40 left to go before halftime. Haliburton, his pass deflected, intercepted by Burks here. Burks the go-to so far in this matchup. At the right corner. You got to push tempo if you're New York. Burks off the pivot. Pass it off to the cutter. Achua underneath. Flushes up with a right-handed jam. 68-50. He has now 2 slam dunks in this game for Precious Achua. We'll see if this can finally start to mount something here. You're going to need to get on a run in the final minute and 20 to close out this first half if you're New York. This is actually the second. Yeah, I just noticed that, by the way. Yeah, this is. Oop. I had the graphic on for the first for a long time, so this has been the second. I think I forgot to change it during the last clip. 107 left to go. Yeah, this has been the second quarter for quite a while. 68-50. Yeah, I think I had the halftime one, but not that one. That's why. So 17 minutes by Siakam. He's poured in 13. And Siakam got fouled. He's going to head to the free throw line and shoot 2. Yeah, they lost against the Pacers back in the Pacers lost against the Lakers back in December for the in-season championship. First one's good by Siakam. Siakam's just been amazing in this series. Like, his road numbers are actually better than his home numbers for scoring for him. He's got 14 right now. He's the number 2 scorer behind Haliburton with 16. Second shot, final minute 7 left to go. Got it. 20-point lead for Indiana. So we approach the final minute left to go before halftime here. Brunson crosses the midcourt logo. Rough game for him. Just 3 for 11 shooting. Brunson backs his way on Ben Shepherd. Brunson at the mid-block. Brunson goes up. Brunson puts up the shots. Gutted a drop and one. 70-52, and a free throw coming up here by Brunson. So we'll see if this can finally start to mount to something. And I said in the pregame, it's going to have to go up for like 35, 40-plus points. And he makes the free throw. 70-53 right now. 17-point game final. 50 seconds left to go before half. Nembhard has it at the edge of the midcourt logo. He's defended by Burks one-on-one. Nembhard, 10 on the shot clock, dribbles up top of the key, passes it out to the left wing. Here's a 3, came off the rim, no good as it went off by Siakam. Josh Hart with the board, pushing tempo up the floor. Hart outside off to Brunson. Brunson swings it outside to DiVincenzo, been held in check after a strong start in this game with a runner inside the key. Gutted to go, good for 2 by DiVincenzo. 70-55, 15-point game, approaching 20 seconds left to go before halftime. 14 points by DiVincenzo right now. Siakam. The 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock to close out the first half. Siakam, edge of the midcourt logo for him. He's guarded by Achua. Siakam, Euro step, fires the fastball out of bounds. That's a turnover. Andrew Nembhard wasn't anticipating it as the ball sailed over the top of his head out of bounds, too tall, and the turnover committed by Indiana with 8 seconds left to play. So here we go. The Knicks looking for something here to get themselves a momentum builder going into halftime. 70-55. Miles McBride checks in on the floor. TJ McConnell comes in here for Indiana. Siakam off the Euro step. He fired it on a bullet towards the right corner, but just way too hot of a pass there for Nembhard. It was too tall. 70 points on the board for Indiana in the final 8 seconds before half. Brunson crosses midcourt. Brunson, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside, blocked off the glass. They'll say it's a clean block, no goaltend. The shot at the buzzer, no good. Missed off the glass by Ben Shepherd. And we go to halftime. It's a 15-point lead for the Pacers. Knicks were looking for a goaltending violation there at the very tail ends of the quarter to close it out, but Pascal Siakam, just a block fest, rejects Jalen Brunson. Oh yeah, that's a clean block. Pascal Siakam soars up behind Jalen Brunson, denies him right before the buzzer. And we close out going to halftime. It's a 15-point lead for the Pacers. Wow, holy smokes. Just as perfect as you could get for Indiana in the first half. That's incredible that they were able to sustain their number. They shot 78% in the first quarter. They're shooting 76% right now in the first half. It's insane. They're the number 1 offense for a reason. The New York Knicks yet to show up today defensively. Top team in the NBA in defense, right behind Minnesota this season, and did not show up in the first half in the elimination game and going to have to figure things out. Jalen Brunson having a rough start so far the first half. Just Indiana taking up a major notch up physicality-wise. Brunson, 12 points. He's been limited to 4 for 13 shooting from the floor. DiVincenzo and Alec Burks, both of those guys are keeping the Knicks hanging in right now. 14 points by Dante DiVincenzo, 14 points by Alec Burks going into half. Isaiah Hartenstein, just been a major disappointment for him. Nothing. Minus 21 on the floor for Hartenstein. He's been limited to 4 rebounds And 2 personal fouls with 0 points by Hardenstein. And Miles McBride, tough game for him today as well. He'd been averaging around 17 points per game the last 13. And today, Miles McBride's got just 2 in the first half. Whereas the Pacers have a solid trio. Haliburton, 16 points, electric out there. 6 for 8 shooting, 4 for 5 from 3. He won an 8-zip run at one point in the first quarter. 15 points by Pascal Siakam had that massive block to close out the first half. He has set the tone early. First team for Siakam, a champion with the Raptors in 2019. Miles Turner, he has got 10 right now. And then off the bench, they have 15 points combined off the bench for Indiana. 6 by McConnell. Jackson has 5. Shepherd has 4. Knicks actually have done a good job off the bench. They lead bench points at the moment, 20-15. That's because Alec Burks has 14 out of the 20 bench points. 4 by Achua from the bench. McBride's got 2. Achua has played 14 minutes due to Hardenstein with a lot of foul trouble, playing just 13 in the first half. Yeah, thanks so much, Ben. Really appreciate it, man. I get the Celtics there. I'm a Celtics fan, if you guys didn't know, but I cover all different types of teams for NBA, also college hoops as well. And yeah, the Knicks are moving at the pace that my tortoise moves at. It's just absolutely stunning. Like, they won the first 3 games at home that they played in this series, winning Game 1, Game 2, and Game 5. And has yet to show up today for a home game in an elimination game to advance over to the Eastern Conference Finals. And if you guys hear a background noise or so, that's just my other computer laptop that there's like a fan issue that's going on with it. So my apologies about that. I'm going to have to look up to see if there's any way that I can like slow that down or something, because I've done everything possible. I just went outside for the air blower earlier this afternoon to clean out the dust inside of it, and it didn't work either for that today, because that was what I thought was the issue from the past, was that there was a lot of dust that was occurring in the laptop fan, and I guess based on the previous ones, I guess it didn't work out, unfortunately. Best of luck there to Illuminati. Yeah, he's going to have to go off in the second half for him. 12 points. Really struggling for Jalen Brunson. Just 4 for 13 from the floor. Basically, it's just like... It's basically 2 guys who's basically shown up for this game for New York. It's basically playing like 2-on-5 at this point. DiVincenzo, he's got 14 off the bench by Burks. Burks is legit saving this team. If they don't have the production out of Burks, they're in danger of being down by like a range of 25 to 30 points or so going into half if they're without Burks. Yeah, Houston Rockets as a 6 seed back in 1995. They're the lowest seeded team ever to win the NBA Finals with the Houston Rockets back in 1995. List the 6 seeds that made the NBA Finals. There's actually a list that I just found. It's only 2 teams. The Houston Rockets back in 1995 won the championship. They swept the Magic 4-0 in that series. The Magic were the 1 seed, and then the Rockets did it once again. 1981, they played against the Celtics, which the Celtics won in 6 against the Rockets back in 1981. So it's happened only twice where a 6 seed has advanced to the NBA Finals. This is an interesting thing. No 7 seed has advanced. And then last year, the Heat were an 8 seed. Only 2 8 seeds have made it to the finals. 1999, the Knicks were an 8 seed. They lost in 5 against the Spurs back in 99. 5 seeds. It's only been 1 5 seed. The Heat in 2020 in the bubble. They were a 5 seed, lost against the Lakers in 6. It's crazy. 4 seeds. 4 seeds have made the NBA Finals 5 times, with the last one being in 2018, which was the Cavs. Golden State swept the Cavs in the 2018 championship. Celtics were a 4 seed, lost in 7 against the Lakers back in 2010. Mavs were a 4 seed in 2006. 1978, the Supersonics were a 4 seed. Only one time a 4 seed has ever won an NBA championship. That was the Celtics all the way back in 1969, winning in 7 over the Lakers. Hey, what's good? Lorenzo in the street. Welcome in. Yeah, this is as tough as you can get right now. Just very, very difficult for Knicks fans right now. Just crushing first half. Yep, they're playing slower than Mr. Tops out there for New York. Yeah, Jalen Brunson just not looking like himself. Yeah, Heat made as an 8 seed last year, so they were the first ever. I think they were the second ever 8 seed. Pacers, their home game, if they win this, their next home game will be Game 3 against the Celtics. So I'll see if I can get up that series schedule. Starts on Tuesday, though. Celtics and winner of this series. So Celtics are hosting whoever wins this game on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Celtics again hosting the winner of this game at 8 p.m. on Thursday. And then if the Pacers do win this, their first home game of the Eastern Conference Finals will be on Saturday, 8:30 p.m. for Indiana if they do win this game. Same as Monday, Memorial Day, 8 p.m. They would have a home game for Indiana if they're able to win this game. And I'll be live later tonight, so if you'd like to come on board and be a part of the Nuggets T-Wolves stream later tonight, feel free to do so. Not a good half there for New York. They could not find a way to slow down the Pacers' offenses. Pascal Siakam set the tone early on. Down low, just too good on getting matchups. And this Knicks squad, they are dinged up. Anunoby looked good in the first couple minutes that he's played, but he's been limited to just 5 minutes out there by OG so far in this game. Wow, that sounds good there for Mario. All the good food that he's having. So, Yeah, the Pacers have never won an NBA championship before. They've won 3 championships before the merger back in the 70s. So they competed in the ABA in the 70s, where they won 3 championships in the American Basketball Association. That merged in 1976 with the NBA. So they've never won an NBA championship, but 1970, 1972, and 1973, they won 3 championships in the ABA. And then they've gone to 8 NBA Eastern Conference Finals appearances. This will be their first since 2014, if they're able to hold on here. So it's been a decade since they've won. For the Knicks, you've been awaiting 24 years. And if you lose this game today, I honestly don't know when it's going to be the next time for New York. Because with everybody else coming back healthy, it's going to be tough to get back in there in the future. Say or so with the Bucks, Miami. This was their year to get themselves to the Eastern Conference Finals. And the window looking like it's starting to close for New York slightly, but I mean, they are getting started though for them. It's just these younger teams, they're going to be better and better. That's the thing. Like Orlando, they took Cleveland in the first round of 7. This Pacers team is well ahead of schedule. What they've done this year, in-season tournament championship appearance, and able to carry that momentum over for them this season into the playoffs, beat the Bucks, and now looking to pull off a huge upset here. They had yet to win a game on the road in this entire series for them. Wow, stay safe there, Mario. Big rain and lightning, it looks like. Yeah, I think that the T-Wolves Nuggets game, I think that could very well be reminiscent of last night's game between the Mavs and the Thunder. Like, that could come down to the final possession today. Like, Minnesota, what they did, they backed themselves up that they were going to make sure that they won, and they did to continue the series. But Jokic just, he was standing up for the final fourth quarter when they got blown out. He was just staring down his teammates like he's gonna come back, and he's gonna play just so mad tonight for Jokic. And I don't see Jamal Murray being that horrific once again. Like that was just a terrible, terrible game by Jamal Murray during the last game. So the Knicks right now, they had a chat around with each other. Hardenstein, he's a big reason why they're trailing today. He's had 0 impact. Minimal if not any impact in this game right now. Like, he's a minus 21 at the half for Hardenstein. His job is to go out, crash the glass, come up with offensive rebounds. He has picked up a couple of fouls, and that's limited his time. He's just not ready in the first half, so he needs to play better in half number 2. Yet to score any points for him. Also, Jalen Brunson. This is it for the Knicks. You get guys that's won national titles with Villanova, but also a team that is banged up, and Indiana just as red hot as you could get. The perfect first half for the Pacers, how they begun this game. Indiana with 19 total assists, 29 shots made. They're 76% shooting from the floor as we are back to action. Right to left on the floor, Pacers with the ball first. Haliburton is on the floor with Nembhard, Siakam, Turner, and Nesmith. We'll see if the Knicks are able to turn up the Jets defensively here right now. Haliburton swings it out to the right wing Nesmith into the hands to Haliburton. Floats it cross-court Siakam. Touch pass out to the top of the key Nesmith. 3 in the shot clock. Nesmith at the top. Drives. Jumper mid-range. No good. And it was a shot clock violation anyway. So we got the shot off late after the buzzer sounded. That's a big, big stop there for New York. Totally different start for New York to begin the second half compared to the first half. This could look like that Cavs against Magic game from 2 weeks ago, where the Cavs did not show up for the first half, and then in the second half just took control over this game. Brunson backs his way inside the key, flings it out to DiVincenzo, lays up the 3, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Hart. Hart underneath, Hart one dribble, shovels off to DiVincenzo as he dribbles out of the pack out to McBride. Jumper to elbow, no good, missed off the back rim. Rebound controlled here for the Pacers. Up the floor to Nesmith, left baseline dribble. Nesmith taking it right to the rim. It's going to be called an offensive foul on Nesmith as he pushes off, lowers the shoulder into Brunson. That's a turnover. So back-to-back turnovers committed here for Indiana to begin the third quarter. A lot of signs for hope right now for New York. Able to start to tighten up their defense in the opening minute of this third quarter. Brunson, bounce pass to Hart. Hand off to Brunson at the left wing. Brunson, guarded by Nesmith. Brunson, dribbles inside the key. Brunson with a left hand. Get that out of there. Huge rejection by Miles Turner as he denies Jalen Brunson. It's been a block fest down low for the big boys at Indiana. That's now their 5th block as a team. Inbound, Brunson with a left hand, no good, missed off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Hardenstein. Out to Brunson at the left wing. Brunson's guarded by Siakam. Brunson drives on Siakam. Brunson shovels Hardenstein. Tough shot, not even close, came up short. Loose ball, and we get a tie up here at the quarter between Siakam and Hardenstein. So Hardenstein's been doing a much better job hustling, but where in the world was that shot going to? That was not even close. That was well short. Came well short. Not even close to the rim. Just stunk up a 8-foot left-handed hook shot air ball. So this will be a jump ball at the Knicks free throw circle between Hardenstein and Siakam. Hardenstein and Siakam tip it up for the tip. Brunson has it. Brunson rejected at the rim once again by Siakam. They're going to roll the goaltend though. 70-57. There's the first 2 points of the third quarter. Rick Carlisle unhappy about the call right now. Is that... Yeah, that's over the cylinder. That is clearly over the cylinder. So good call by the officials. 13-point game. Siakam. He's guarded at the left wing by DiVincenzo. Moves it on top off to Haliburton. Haliburton tees up a 3. No good off the back rim. McBride collects the defensive rebound. Here goes New York with it. McBride. Left baseline dribble. Right to the rim. He scores. Up and off the backboard. It's down to 11. 70-59. Still a lot of game left to go with 10:01 left to play in the third quarter. Rick Carlisle, Alberta timeouts. Oh my. If the Knicks come back in this game, I think we're going to have to inspect the rims right after the conclusion of this game. Haliburton on a really good look from 3. Couldn't send it down, and now the Knicks starting to make this a matchup. 4-zip start for New York. Miles McBride off the baseline dribble with a layup. And he needed to have a stronger second half. He's putting up around an average of 17 points per game. And they had a heated meeting during halftime as Tibbs was talking to every single player around the circle as it was shown before the start of the third quarter. It looks like that meeting has paid off as they're finally starting to play with defensive intensity and physicality for New York, and exactly not how they started off this game, but has been able to ramp up that intensity lately for their defense. If you're new on the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up here, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. And feel free to hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this game here, Pacers or Knicks? Type it in. And I'll be back later tonight covering the Nuggets against T-Wolves. So if you'd like to join on back for that stream, feel free to do so. So I have the tortoise tops, and I also have another turtle. He's a painted turtle. His name is Spike. So I got a tortoise and a turtle. So that's all I have for pets. We also have, usually the weekdays from like 4 to 6, the neighbor's dog across the street comes over because my mom takes care of the neighbor's dog when he's working during the weekdays. So he's over. He actually goes over around 3 o'clock. So it's like 3 to 6 p.m. He's usually here on Mondays through Fridays. Right now the poll is going for the Pacers. So 59-41, Indiana leading the percentage points right now at the moment. We're starting to see a lot more hustle plays out there. It was not a good start for Isaiah Hartenstein for him. He got out-hustled by a landslide in the first half, but promising sign for him to pick up an early offensive rebounds to begin the third quarter. We'll see if they're able to start to make something out of this now for New York, or if this is just going to be a little blip or so, but I got a feeling... I just got a feeling that this could be reminiscent of that Cavs versus Magic game from 2 weeks ago. Whereas the Cavs just played a horrific first half. The Cavs scored just 43 points in that first half, and they came back and they beat the Magic. It's been 24 years since the Knicks last appeared in the Eastern Conference Finals. 2000. For the Pacers, it's been a decade. 2014. And somebody's going to be advancing to today's game. Whoever wins this one to take on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals starting on Tuesday. Yep, he was not a happy camper at halftime. Yeah, ABC showed that video shot with Tibbs bringing his team along in a circle with a meeting, and did not look good. Here we go, back to action. Pacers with the possession. Turner hands it over to Siakam. Siakam drives downhill, blocked by Hartenstein. Here goes the Knicks up the floor. It's a 4-on-4, top of the key. DiVincenzo, transition 3, bullseye. Rips it right through the chute. It's a 7-zip start to the third quarter for the Knicks. 70-62. Haliburton flings the pass, deflected, knocked out of bounds. Last touched off of DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo right now getting the crowd going. Spike Lee's into it. Stephen A's into it. The fans loving it. Every single fan right now is up in the Garden. What a game we got here. Indiana gets the inbound. Neesmith at the right wing. Hands it off to Haliburton. Haliburton towards his left around the perimeter. Guarded by DiVincenzo. Defense starting to tighten up right now for New York. Outside Haliburton. Wide open 3. Takes it. And he makes it from downtown. Miscommunication around the perimeter by New York. 11-point lead once again for Indiana. Tyrese Haliburton been the man of the show today. 19 points on 70% shooting. Brunson at the top. Brunson takes the 3. Oh, he hits it. Jalen Brunson tees up the 3. Bang, bang. It's an 8-point game. Pacers with the ball. Nembhard at the left wing. Slides it on top off to Siakam. Into the hands to Haliburton. Haliburton, 8:40 left to go. Pass off the roll down Siakam. Kick out to the wing. Nembhard over to Siakam. Haliburton. Lob down low. Turner open. Turner gets fouled. And the referees, I believe they're going to call it not on the shot. He got held up before he went into the shooting motion for Miles Turner. He was matched up in a mismatch with Miles McBride inside the low post, and Haliburton targeted that matchup immediately off the entry pass. So this will result in an inbound. No shooting foul. Got held up before he went into the shooting motion. 8.5 left to go in the third. Nembhard at the left wing. Nembhard flings it off to the elbow. Siakam kick out to the wing. Haliburton with a 3 off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound controlling Neesmith. Nembhard, 10 in the shot clock. Entry past Siakam. Draws the double. Siakam over Hartenstein. Couldn't finish at the rim. Hartenstein collects the defensive rebound. They get a 5-on-4 here up the floor for New York. Hart attacks. Hart to the rim. Josh Hart. And he scores up and off the backboard. It's a 6-point game. 73-67. Here come New York. 8 minutes left to go in the third as Nembhard scores the layup. Back and forth right now. 8-point game currently. Brunson at the left wing. He's guarded by Haliburton. Out to the top of the key. Miles McBride with a three. Bricked off the back rim. Deflected on the bounds. Last touch by Turner. Knicks with all the momentum right now. 12-5 start to begin the third. Inbound underneath goes to Brunson. Brunson drives on Nembhard. Inside the mid-block, shovels to Hart. Hart dribbles out to the left corner. Hart, 1-on-1, step back three in the air. Came off the rim short. That is a tough shot. That's like a Jason Tatum early playoff shot against the Cavs in the first and second game of the series. That was just a contested corner jumper, all full hero ball mode. Haliburton flings it down to the roller. Siakam, kick out to the corner, and Siakam will draw the reach and follow off the pass. So this will stop the clock now. $7:12 left to go in the third. Indiana once again will get the inbounds. Nesmith inbounds to Turner. He's defended by Hart. Turner into the hands to Siakam. 6 in the shot clock. Siakam, top of the key. Siakam dribbles up. Siakam outside. Nesmith, 2 in the shot clock. Nesmith with some space over. Brunson drills the 2. 16-foot J by Aaron Nesmith. We get a 10-point lead for the Pacers now. 71% shooting in the elimination game for Indiana. Brunson at the right wing. Sends it off to DiVincenzo. Wide open three. He's got it. Dante DiVincenzo, bang, 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 bang from the perimeter. 7-point game, largest. He's the top scorer right now for the Knicks with 20 at the moment. The largest point total out of anybody. Turner off the pivot, lost it out of bounds. It's a turnover committed by the Pacers. Right now, they're hanging in for New York. 10 turnovers by Indiana. Those turnovers right now are crushing them. Only 2 turnovers by the Knicks. Brunson at the left wing. Dribbles up, low block. Brunson had it poked loose out of bounds off of Nembhard. My goodness, has this been an incredible game right now. TJ McConnell will check in. Largest halftime deficit overcame in Game 7 history is 11. The Knicks looking to make history tonight in this Game 7 as they trailed as many by 22 points. That is double what the largest deficit has ever been in a Game 7 at halftime. Brunson, kick off to the corner into the hands of McBride. He swung it out to the wing. Intercepted by Nesmith, though, with a steal. Up the floor, here goes Siakam. Bounce pass. Haliburton flings it outside. Turner with a 3. Turner got it to go. It's good for the triple. 80-70 for Indiana. Miles Turner just made a big-time 3-ball. 13 by Turner. Knicks with possession. Brunson at the left wing, guarded by McConnell, 101. Josh Hart calls for the screen. Brunson, bounce pass, missed the mark, turns it over. Outlet pass ahead of the pack. Haliburton, and he scores up and off the glass. Good for 2. Jalen Brunson, bad passes. TJ McConnell, the absolute pester of a defender, deflects the pass, comes up with a steal. The full court outlet right ahead. Back to Haliburton, who scores for the bucket. 12-point lead for Indiana. With 5:33 left to go in the third quarter, there's been signs of life for the Knicks, but the Pacers just keep on shutting down the door in this game time and time again as we will take the timeouts. There's our big flip of the switch plays there. It was actually Haliburton who got the deflection, and then up the floor, McConnell just flung it off to Haliburton. The rest was history as he had 2 steps past Brunson to the cup. 12-point lead right now. The final 17 minutes and 33 seconds worth of this game. If you're new in the timeout, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams that I do cover on the channel. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, NBA, throughout the playoffs, also college hoops as well. And yeah, the Pacers just lightning. Red hot. 72% shooting still for Indiana. They're 34 for 47 from the floor, 10 for 16 from 3 at 62.5%. We got an elimination game, and these guys are no problem with finding their shot today. Haliburton is 5 for 8 from 3 with 21 points. He's having a massive Game 7. 21 points, 5 assists by Haliburton. 15 by Siakam. 13 by Turner. 11 by Nembhard. Jalen Brunson having a tough game today. It's either been Nesmith or McConnell. He's been the two defenders who's guarded Brunson for the majority of this game, and Brunson's only got 17 points today. 6 for 17 shooting from the floor by Brunson. DiVincenzo single-handedly keeping his team in the game with 20. They got to get other players involved. Yeah, OG Anunoby, he came out red hot to begin this game. He scored 5 points in 5 minutes, but has not played ever since for OG. Yeah, OG's only got 5 minutes that he's played today, coming back from the hamstring injury for him. So he started, too. Tyrese Haliburton. Dante DiVincenzo, way too small to guard him. Tyrese Haliburton telling DiVincenzo just that. 21 by Haliburton on 5 for 8 from the perimeter, 8 for 12 shooting. DiVincenzo keeping his team in the game with 20. Pacers will get the inbound underneath their hoop. It's McConnell, Turner, Toppin, Haliburton, and Nesmith. That is the 5 on the floor right now for Indiana. Inbound, and Nesmith attacks downhill to the paint, and he lays it up and in with a left-hand layup. 84-70 for Indiana. 7-zip run with the Pacers last minute and a half. Knicks with possession. DiVincenzo, McBride, Brunson, Hardenstein, and Hart. That's the 5 on the floor currently for the Knicks. Brunson backs his way, floats it off to Hart. Hart, spin move, working on Haliburton. Hart inside a key, rattled out, got fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Josh Hart. And I'll be back in later tonight covering Nuggets against T-Wolves. So if you'd like to come on back and be a part of the stream later tonight, feel free to do so. 2 shots here by Josh Hart at the free throw line. First one is up. First one is good. Obi Toppin hasn't been able to play many minutes today on the floor. He's only got 8 minutes right now yet to score. He's only attempted 1 shot. Second free throw, Hart's good. For Josh Hart. He's been dealing with the abductor strain going into this game. He's now up to 7 by Hart. Perfect at the free throw line. Haliburton under 5 left to go in the third. Kick out to the corner to Toppin. Toppin at the left wing sends it off to Nesmith. Sail to the backcourt though, and Hardenstein stupidly flung it over to the wrong player. Nesmith, as we get a 3 here, take it at the buzzer. No good off the front rim by McConnell. That was on Indiana's possession still. Hart out of the pack with a rebound. Hart off the ball fake, bounce pass underneath. McBride slices the feathers. He scores up and through, and it's good for 2. That was an excellent bounce pass by Josh Hart in transition. 6 points now by Miles McBride. Haliburton, bounce pass behind his back. Toppin, out to the wing. Nesmith drives, jumper to elbow. Nesmith connects on it. Aaron Nesmith showing up in a major way right now in this Game 7. Oh, Nesmith in a steal and one coming up at the free throw line. Aaron Nesmith drops it into the bucket and one. What a costly possession for New York. They couldn't even inbound the basketball cleanly. Nesmith on a 4-zip run in a 5-second span. The jumper to elbow, and then he comes in late, deflected by McConnell, flung over to Nesmith, past Hardenstein. Hardenstein commits a goofy foul. Isaiah Hardenstein today is handing the Pacers a victory in Game 7, looking like it's going to be Pacers-Celtics. Isaiah Hardenstein has been atrocious today. Minus 20 on the floor. All you had to do was just box out on that pass that sailed to the backcourt by Indiana. All you had to do was box out and let it sail out of bounds. And instead he decided to fling it, and it went into the wrong player. Just having an awful game. Just getting out-hustled everywhere today is Hardenstein. Pacers deflect the pass out of bounds. This will stay Knicks possession. McBride tried to throw... Yeah, he tried to throw it down and pinwheeled off the defense off of the Pacers last. McBride tried to tear down a dunk over Turner. Turner blocked him right at the rim. They're coming up clutch in the block department today. It's now 6 total blocks as a team. Miles Turner just picked up his third. Inbound to the wing. Miles McBride dribbles up to the right wing. McBride crossover. McBride flings it off to Hardenstein. 3 in the shot clock. Hand off Hart. Hart with a 3. Came off the rim short. Rebound controlled by the defense by Haliburton. Hallie out to the wing. Takes the 3. And he makes it. Splash. Too easy. Dante DiVincenzo is way too little to guard Tyrese Haliburton. And Tyrese Haliburton has let him know that, and is yet to respond guarding him. DiVincenzo off the roll down. DiVincenzo, what was that? Out of control, misses the layup. The layup was as bad as it can go. That he botched the layup, it sailed all the way to the top of the backboard out of bounds. This is just straight up embarrassing for the Knicks. A home game in Game 7, and you come out and you play like this. Flat out embarrassing. And Tyrese Haliburton tonight, absolutely him making it known to America that he's too little. Pacers get the inbound in their backcourt. Ben Shepherd on the floor with TJ McConnell, Tyrese Haliburton, Miles Turner, Obi Toppin. Toppin has it at the left wing, sends it on top over to Turner, shovels over to McConnell. McConnell drives, and he got tripped up by Hart. This will be... So this is just going to be an inbound coming up. So it occurred on the floor for the foul. Yeah, Hart tried to go in for the steal. Looking like the Knicks are going to go to Cancun. They're going to have Precious Achiuwa check in. Isaiah Hardenstein, who is smiling on the bench right now, checks out. This is no time to be smiling on the bench when you're the worst plus minus on the floor, being a minus for Hardenstein. There is no need for that. Touch pass, the left corner, McConnell. 5 in the shot clock, flings it out top. Haliburton with a 3, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound, top in, no good off the glass. Tipped out of bounds, last off of Achiuwa. 2:49 left to play in the third. Feel free to join back in for Nuggets against T-Wolves later tonight for that Game 7. Inbound goes off to Turner, top of the key, 10 in the shot clock. Miles Turner, guarded by Achiuwa, dribbles towards his right around the perimeter, hand off the top and into the hands of McConnell. McConnell, 5 in the shot clock, dribbles up, drives, floats it up over the top, top in, no good, couldn't put it back it in, got fouled though on his way up off the shot attempt. And Obi Toppin will shoot 2 shots at the free throw line. This could put his team up by 20. By the way, the Knicks got out to a 13-5 start in the third quarter. It's now 22-19 in favor of the Pacers in the third quarter box score. This has been the perfect game for Indiana. Despite the turnovers, everything else, as good as you can get it. Shot for shot for shot. Knocking down shots throughout the course of the night. That time, though, Toppin missed the free throw. We'll have one more shot coming up at the free throw line here for Obi Toppin. Absolute shame of a game for New York right now that they show up like this, down by 18 in the late stretch of the third quarter. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and welcome in everybody today being a part of the channel. Second free throw is good by Toppin. 93-74, 19-point lead for Indiana. Knicks with possession. Hartenstein's got 4 personal fouls. Hart has 5 right now. Josh Hart just picked up his 5th, and he is still on the floor with 5 personal fouls. Burks, mid-range jumper, no good. Missed off the mark, gets fouled though. So he'll have 2 shots coming up at the line. This foul trouble not promising for a team that's been depleted due to injuries. For New York, looks like the gas pedal has just fallen off right now. Double digits for the entire starting 5 for Indiana. First free throw is good at the line for Alec Burks. 24 by Haliburton, 15 by Siakam, 14 by Nesmith, 13 by Turner, 11 by Nembhard. Second shot by Burks, right down the middle. 93-76. TJ McConnell has it now at the top of the key. 12 on the shot clock for the Pacers. McConnell, 8 on the shot clock. Dribbles up, drives downhill. Jumper, swoosh. Right at the low block, finding his spot, connects on it. That's 95-76 now. Final 2 minutes left to go in the third. DiVincenzo buries the jumper. That's a 3 by DiVincenzo. A one-man show. Needs a bunch more help in this game. Brunson, not a good game by him today. 17 points and 11 missed shots. DiVincenzo doing everything possible. 23 points on 8 for 15 shooting. Toppin swings it off to Nesmith. Nesmith off the floater. Kiss off the glass. Scoop score. Up and then off the backboard. 18-point lead, a minute and a half left to go. Dribble drive attack inside the paint. Achua no good. Josh Hart with a tip in. Man, credit to Josh Hart out there playing with those 5 personal fouls. 16 points by Nesmith, who is perfect. 7 for 7 today from the floor for Nesmith. McConnell at the top. 10 in the shot clock. TJ hitting his spots. TJ, jumper, low block, fall away. Got another one. TJ McConnell making it look so easy today. Dante DiVincenzo just keeps on getting burned defensively. We're down to the final minute left to go in the third quarter. Alec Burks guarded by Ben Shepherd at the left wing perimeter. 1-on-1. Burks jacks up the 3. It's a laser. Alec Burks connects on it. 99-84. 40 seconds left to go. Indiana's controlled this entire game. TJ McConnell slows down tempo. 12 on the shot clock. 33 left to go on the game clock to close out the third. Siakam, jumper no good. DiVincenzo crashes the glass. Collects the defensive rebounds. DiVincenzo, 23. Most points by a Knick in this game right now with possession. DiVincenzo is guarded by Nesmith. DiVincenzo crossover, laces up the 3. That is way, way short. McConnell up the floor. 8 seconds. Into the hands to Nesmith, who is perfect. Nesmith attacks inside the paint, over to Toppin, and Toppin scores up and then off the backboard. First one to crack triple digits. Full court shot missed short by New York. We close out at the end of the third quarter. It's 101-84 Indiana. The Pacers, 12 minutes away from taking on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, looking for their first ever Eastern Conference Finals appearance since 2014. For Indiana, TJ McConnell, just so easy. These guards today have taken advantage of their matchups. 10 points off the bench, 5 for 6 shooting by TJ McConnell. Tyrese Haliburton leading the way with 24. And man, Indiana is just shredding New York through 3 quarters. Uncle Pizzle, what's good? Welcome to the stream here, man. Man, absolutely stunning game right now. New York came into this game 5-1 in home games in the playoffs. 3-0 in this series in home games. And can't get anything today. The wheels have absolutely fallen off. (101-84), and the Pacers have outgained the Knicks in every single quarter today. 39-27 in the first quarter, 31-28, 31-29 in the third. And this was after the Knicks led 13-5 at one point in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Knicks were going to creep back in. They put themselves winning 6. And then the Pacers responded, and the Pacers upped their lead to 17. This is a perfect game by Indiana. Couldn't play a more perfect game than this, despite the turnovers that they've struggled with tonight. Everything else, I mean, it's been so successful. Pacers have 30 total assists through 3 quarters. They're shooting 70% from the floor. Just an all-time great performance by Indiana from a shooting standpoint. 42 for 60 shooting. The Knicks at 45.5% today. The Pacers are shooting 59% or 58% from 3. They're 11 for 19 from 3. Like, these guys must have hit the gym and gone just straight up on court shoot around for hours, based on the looks of it. Like, these guys must have been, since their wake-up call this morning, shooting, making shot after making shot. Wow. Just a sensational first 3 quarters of a performance. Kurt on the stream, welcome in. Just an incredible first 3 quarters for Indiana. And nobody has been able to stop Tyrese Haliburton. And he has said that Dante DiVincenzo is way too small. You can't do much with DiVincenzo having 23 points and Brunson got 17. Yeah, Brunson with a really disappointing game today. Hardenstein been super disappointing. They got a lot of foul issues. I don't know how they're going to come back from New York. I don't think there's a way, honestly, for them right now, because Josh Hart's got 5 personal fouls. Hardenstein has 4. Alec Burks and Dante DiVincenzo, those 2 guys are the lone players who showed up today and been efficient and knocked down shots. For the Pacers, they got their whole team. 6 guys in double figures through 3 quarters. Already reaching the triple-digit mark as we enter the fourth. Indiana, 17-point lead as we come back to action. Knicks missed the shot straight away. Achua on the putback opportunity to begin the fourth gets fouled. So he'll have 2 coming up here at the free throw line for Precious Achua. $11:47 left to go. Yeah, Anunoby's only played 5 minutes. Actually, they're going to erase away the free throws. They said it was on the floor, so it was not on the putback, as DiVincenzo gets tripped up here. Another foul committed by the Pacers. That's going to be charged to McConnell. 101 points through the third quarter. That's the most ever in a Game 7 since the 1963 Celtics. Wow. Alec Burks on the floor with DiVincenzo, Achua, Hart, and McBride. Brunson's not on the floor to begin the fourth quarter. Josh Hart takes the open 3, bricked it off the back rim. A rebound control by the defense by Ben Shepherd. Andrew Nembhard, Ben Shepherd, TJ McConnell, Isaiah Jackson, and Pascal Siakam. That's the 5 in the court currently for Indiana. Entry pass over to Siakam. Siakam flung it out of bounds as he tried to maintain it in the court of play. As he was saving it at the baseline, he sent it right into the front row of the seats. New York down by 17, looking for a bucket quick right now. DiVincenzo drives on Jackson. DiVincenzo gets fouled, and he will shoot 2 shots as he gets fouled by Isaiah Jackson. So Dante DiVincenzo right now will head to the free throw line with 2 free throws. First one's up, first one is good. Have to have the perfect fourth quarter if you're New York. That means scoring on as many possessions as possible and making stops on basically every single possession, which has not been something you've been able to do. The Pacers are shooting 70% from the floor total in this game right on you. 15-point game, 101-86, 17 for 19 at the free throw line for the Knicks, 6 for 8 at the free throw line for Indiana. You're going to have a monumental collapse to come out and back in this game if you're the Knicks. Siakam towards his right, hand off to Nembhard, turns the corner, kick out left corner, Shepard outside Nembhard, 3 in the shot clock. His pass gets broken up, intercepted by DiVincenzo. Here goes New York. You're looking for 2 right here. Burks, and he couldn't. Got stripped of the basketball. The Pacers have a 2-on-1. Ball fake. Jackson takes it inside, and he scores up and in off the backboard. And one coming up at the free throw line by Isaiah Jackson. What a change in the game right there. Burks off the Euro step, stripped by, guess who? T.J. McConnell. Absolute Pacers legend. Low-key, do your job type of player with TJ. One shot here by Jackson, and it's good at the free throw line. 104-86. McBride swings it on top to Hartenstein. Hand off DiVincenzo. Takes the 3, and he buries it. 15-point game right now. McConnell shovels it over to a Jackson. Top of the key, Siakam. Siakam at the right elbow. Thinking about a step back with Ben Shepard. Extra pass off to Siakam. 5 in the shot clock. Siakam jumper. Got it. 17-footer connects on it. It's been a target range type of game all throughout the course of this match for Indiana. Game 7, they brought their A+++ game shooting today. Jason, what's good? Welcome back in here, brother. DiVincenzo receives the handoff, takes the 3, and he nails another triple. 106-92. He's done everything possible, just no more help outside of Dante DiVincenzo. That's too easy. T.J. McConnell, 3 seconds later, attacks as the defense couldn't set their feet and get back, jogging to get back in transition, and McConnell burns them. 108-92. Simple, fundamental one-on-one basketball that the Knicks are not doing defensively in this game. DiVincenzo lost the dribble, turns it over. Jackson, outlet pass, and lost it out of bounds off the strip. He got fouled, though, from behind, though. Just an absolute stunning game for New York and the team that preaches defense. A top 3 team in defensive efficiency this season, being a no-show in a home game in a Game 7. Two shots here at the free throw line for Isaiah Jackson. First one he drills. Couldn't have a worse game to channel your inner Game 7 Phoenix Suns appearance in if you're New York. At least this game was much closer, but still. Unbelievable. Second shot missed off the mark by Jackson. As perfect as you can get. It's an offensive rebound by Indiana by Ben Shepard. Kick out to the corner. Nembhard, Shepard, outside it goes to Siakam. Bounce past Shepard, 14 in the shot clock. By the way, New York's not going to win this game. Jalen Brunson, hand injury, will not return for the remainder of this game. So things get a lot more worse for New York. Hand injury by Brunson will not return. Burks over to McBride. Spin move. Jumper to elbow. That's not even close. Hit the bottom right part of the backboard. Pacers with possession. They've just taken the Knicks out of this game right now. Circling around. T.J. McConnell. Bounce pass off the roll down. Kick to the corner. Nembhard with an open 3. Bricked off the back rim. Ben Shepard with a tip-in opportunity. Couldn't convert. It's McBride who came up with a defensive board. One-man show with DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo missed the layup. 8.5 left to go. Pacers push. Kick to the corner. Ben Shepard. And I think he stepped out of bounds. No, he did not step out of bounds with it, actually. They took a timeout. So they took a timeout before he wanted to attempt a shot in the far side corner. Timeout taken on the floor by Indiana. 8:24 left to go as the Pacers are 8 minutes and 24 seconds away from taking on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Wow. Injuries and injuries. It's been the story of this series. The New York Knicks, the injuries came back and bit them. So if you guys are just joining in, Jalen Brunson will not be returning for the rest of this game due to a hand injury for him. It's just been brutal with these injuries. So he's going to miss the remaining part of this game. Fractured left hand, according to Knicks PR. Just an unfortunate way for the season to close out for New York. Derrick Rose right now is on Memphis. So, yeah, he was playing for the Knicks for ages. And then I believe he went to the Pistons for a stint. And then now he's playing for the Grizzlies. So he's no longer with New York. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And just a really, really disappointing way to end it for New York today. Indiana playing their best basketball right here in this game. 68% shooting. It's crazy how they were able to sustain this shooting throughout the entire game. A lot of these shots were tough shots, but able to get to their spots and the spots that they're comfortable shooting. And we've seen that quite a bit today out of TJ McConnell. Able to get to his spots, which he loves to shoot the ball at the low rate block. Off a fall away for him. 12 by McConnell off the bench. Top scorer Tyrese Haliburton. Massive aggressive game by him. 6 for 10 from 3. 9 for 14 from the floor with 24 points. 17 by Pascal Siakam. 16 by Aaron Nesmith, and he is perfect on 7 for 7 shooting by Nesmith today. 13 by Miles Turner. 11 points by Andrew Nembhard. If Nesmith is able to stay perfect, this is going to be like a record for a Game 7 where you score 15 plus points on a minimum of 6 shots or greater and be perfect from the floor. That, I would imagine, would be an NBA Game 7 record for the playoffs. Celtics versus Pacers, it appears to be, starting on Tuesday. I'll be back later tonight, by the way, covering T-Wolves against Nuggets. Jalen Brunson fractured his hands fouling Tyrese Haliburton earlier on in this game. It is good on the 3 by Siakam. 112-92. McBride is on the floor with Hardenstein, Achua, Alec Burks, Dante DiVincenzo. McBride at the top of the key. Dribbles up to the left elbow. McBride at the low block. Guarded by McConnell. McBride, a fall away. Kiss off the glass, scores. Up and off the backboard. Pacers. I'll go through Pacers bench right now. Pacers got 28 bench points by the Pacers. Knicks with the Pacers come up with a steal here on the floor. Actually got 31 points off the bench by New York. 19 of those are by Burks in this game. I'll get to so they got 31 bench points. DiVincenzo's got 31 himself right now in this game. 7 minutes left to go. It's a good 3 at the wing by Alec Burks as he delivers. He's been having an excellent game, but it's basically been DiVincenzo and Burks. Those two guys. Total. $63 points by the starters, 33 by the bench for today's game. Or 34 by the bench. So 63 by the starters, 34 by the bench for New York. Majority of those points coming from Alec Burks. He has 22 off the bench. Here goes Burks once again as he attacks downhill to the rim. Gets the layup. There was a 3 right before as well for New York. 112-99. 7-zip run by the Knicks. With 6.5 minutes left to go. Rick Carlisle will burn a timeout. Alec Burks finding momentum right now. Going downhill, but could be too little too late. We'll see. It's a 13-point game. Yep, Celtics waiting for the next team, which looks like right now is the Pacers, unless they suffer a monumental collapse here in the final 6.5 minutes. 67% for Indiana. Just an incredible shooting display out there on the floor today for this Pacers team. The Knicks limited to just 46% right now. I'll be back on later tonight. If you'd like to come on back for Nuggets against T-Wolves, feel free to do so later tonight. Yeah, just devastating for New York. Jalen Brunson, a fractured hand on a foul in transition, defending Haliburton. Just hasn't been their day today. We kind of knew it. Like, as long as this series kept on dragging on, the minutes started to rack up and take a toll. And just what a disappointing way to finish for New York. They started off 2-0 up in the series, and they wrap up going 1-4 in their final 5 games in the series for New York. Isaiah Hardenstein picked the worst day to not show up. No points. He's got 8 rebounds. He had 17 rebounds in that Game 5 victory. Also a pair of turnovers, 4 personal fouls. Josh Hart's dealing with injury. He was questionable entering this matchup with 10 points. Anunoby played just 5 minutes today. Started the game. Started it out well. Had 5 points in the first 5 minutes. Been basically 2 players. 57 combined, or 55 combined points between DiVincenzo and Burks. DiVincenzo's got 31, Burks is 24. And after those two, it's been a struggle to find other guys who's been able to step up. Brunson finishes with 17 points in 29 minutes. TJ McConnell getting to his spots, knocking down shots, just the ultimate pest of a player. Circles and circles around the defense and is able to find the gaps. And just a straight up hustler. Out hustling everybody on the floor today, making big time plays. Dude plays with a bunch of heart. Back to action. 6.5 left to go. 13-point game. Pacers with possession. Turner sends it out to the wing into the hands to Haliburton. Haliburton, guarded by McBride, dribbles up. Inside the key. Jumper. Haliburton. Or that is Nembhard who connects on it. Roger in the street. Welcome in here, man. Pacers looking to advance on to the next round. They're 6 minutes away from doing so. Alec Burks, bounce pass, top of the key, Hardenstein on the floor. The Burks, McBride, DiVincenzo, and Achua. Inside the key, jumper, mid-range, came off the rim short. Looking for the foul call, couldn't get it. Haliburton collects the defensive rebound. Hallie at the top of the key. Gets around the Turner screen. Bounce pass, off the pocket pass. Turner, easy two. Isaiah Hardenstein playing drop coverage right there. And that's too easy. A walk into the paint for the open two. Off the pocket pass by Haliburton, sent to Turner. Yeah, just unfortunate. Really unfortunate for Brunson, because dude is just awesome how he's played. And just really an unfortunate way to end this series. Like, he had been awesome throughout the playoffs. Haliburton, right to the cup, scores, +1. Yeah, I don't think so. So we got 14 points now. Could be 15 if Haliburton makes this free throw. It's actually 16 points to lead now. That was the and one, so he just added in the and one with a bucket. And now the and one at the line with a free throw. No good. Turner tips it over to Nembhard for the offensive rebounds. They're going to slow down clock here for the Pacers. Under 4 minutes left. Haliburton at the edge of the logo for the dagger. No good off the back rim. Toppin soared up. Got hit in the face. No call with the referees as he was trying to track down the rebound. Burks. Kick out to the corner. McBride elevates for the three. Around the rim and out. Pinwheels around. Offensive rebound control by Burks. Up fake. Burks gets fouled here by Neesmith. So this is going to be 2 shots by Alec Burks down to 4:32 left to go. I was a minute off. Yeah, mine switched from 4 minutes. So we're at 4:32 left to go right now for the clock. Two free throws by Alec Burks. There have been 2 guys that's shown up in this game. Him and DiVincenzo. That's it. It's basically been 2 on 5 throughout this entire game. First one's good. Feel free to join back in later tonight. I'll be back covering Nuggets against T-Wolves. If you'd like to come on by, it will start around 8 p.m. Eastern time. Feel free to do so. Yeah, they just showed the graphic with the Knicks. It's just rough with the injuries that they've had. Just terrible timing with all the injuries. They had 5 guys listed out entering this game, plus Hart was dealing with an injury. Brunson and Anunoby, all 3 of those guys played through injury today, as Miles Turner takes the distance with a right-hand layup. 16-point lead here, down to 4:15 left to go in the fourth. They've sustained it all game long. 6 players in double figures for the Pacers. They're shooting to cover off the ball this entire game. There's been no way to slow them down. And they're shooting 68% almost from the floor. And this will be an inbound coming up for... Oh, no, they're going to give him free throws. DiVincenzo with 2 free throws at the line. They're now in the bonus for New York. First one he missed. He's 9 for 14 from 3. NBA Game 7 playoff record, plus a Knicks franchise playoff record with DiVincenzo with a made threes today. Second free throw is good. He's had an outstanding game. If other players step up, it will be a different outcome today. Haliburton, edge in the midcourt logo, 120 with under 4 minutes left to go. Turner takes the jumper, top of the free throw circle, missed off the mark. DiVincenzo with a defensive rebound. Hart up the floor. Josh Hart rejected by the side of the rim, and that's been the story of today's game. An opportunity for a layup to cut the deficit down to 13, and he got rejected. Taking a look at the replay right here. Hart slicing defenders. Tried to take it a distance and just could not finish as he rushed his layup opportunity. Pacers back with the ball. Wide open layup. It's good. Cha-ching. Andrew Nembhard, good for 2. Clear pathway. How we started off this series was a full layup line in the first quarter of Game 1 between the Knicks and the Pacers. How we end the series as a Pacers layup line. Game 7 on the road at New York. Right baseline dribble. Alec Burks couldn't finish, going backdoor to layup. Josh Hart offensive rebound at the corner. Burks takes a corner 3, skidded off the front rim. And we have a foul picked up in the over the back here. Charged to Josh Hart. That's on Hart. That'll be it. That's his 6th. So he's going to be done for the remaining part of this game for Josh Hart. 3 minutes left to go as he just picked up his 6th personal foul, trying to plead his case to the referees for the over-the-back. Pacers playing a perfect game today in a Game 7. These guys ahead of the 8 ball real fast. Rising team in the future of the NBA with Indiana in-season tournaments. Runner-up team back in December. And going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2014 as Josh Hart has fouled out. Actually, we're going to keep it here so they did not go to a timeout. I'm going to go Celtics either in 5 for my most likely pick or 6. I can see it either going 5 or 6. I don't see them sweeping Indiana. Indiana's been really good at home. Most likely I would go 5 there for that one. I can see 6 though. The Pacers, yeah. I agree with Jay Ramirez. Super overlooked for them. They're deep. Like I think their depth could match up well against Boston. Like they're a really, really good team in terms of depth. What they have. A lot of younger players for them. My concern is the Celtics are going to have to lock up the perimeter against this team. They play incredibly fast, and today they were super aggressive on the perimeter. They play with just a style of basketball that's tough to match up against. Both of the free throws are good. Pacers made their free throws before that. 124-107, 2:45 left to go. Yep, they were always hanging in the hunt in the Eastern Conference. Like, always that, like, back-end playoff seed before the play-in. Like, hovering around the 4, 5, 6 spot for most of the season in the Eastern Conference. And, yeah, they are for real. Got a lot of different weapons. And Pascal Siakam, low-key. Solid player for him, champion. They know how to utilize these guys. This is huge. For a young team like this, you got young guys on the roster like Nembhard and Nesmith, Haliburton. Man, just, what a pickup in a trade from Sacramento. He got traded from Sacramento, and that was just a really tough trade right there. Last year, looked like Sacramento did pretty well because of Sabonis, but didn't even make the playoffs this year, and making all the benefits this season for the Pacers. That is good in the corner triple by Aaron Nesmith. And by the way, this is without Benedict Mathurin in the playoffs as well. He was a key player throughout this season for the Pacers, and doing it without one of their key players, Benedict Mathurin. Tipped up to the corner, Nesmith collects the defensive rebounds, and the Indiana Pacers shooting lasers all over the floor right now. Down to the final minute 45 left to go. 67.5% shooting, 56.5% from three-point range. Nembhard at the right elbow. Nembhard drives to McBride inside the key. Andrew Nembhard with a left hand scores the layup. A 130 burger on the board for Indiana. That is Achua, number 5. He got stripped of the ball. Yeah, Anunoby only played 5 minutes for him today. Scored 5 points. The game was actually close when he played. After that, game got out of reach. And they crept back winning 6, but then Brunson fractured his hand. Just unfortunate altogether for the Knicks for their season to end like this. A home game when they've been dominant at home, and the Pacers entering this Game 7 today. DiVincenzo out of the pack. It's clobbered down to the final minute left to go. He'll shoot free throws. Yep, these injuries really took a toll on the Knicks in this series. And they were up 2-0, and they finished off the series going 1-4 in the final 5 games in the series. Richard, thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate you here for being a part of the stream. I'll be back later tonight covering Nuggets against T-Wolves at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, around 2 hours from now, so feel free to join in if you guys would like. This game's basically wrapped up, so they're going to close out the poll. Pacers took the poll 65-35, almost for percentage points. It says 64. I think it goes by 99% instead of 100 even, but usually tilts towards 65-35. DiVincenzo did everything possible. Him and Alec Burks. It was 2 against 5 in this game today. That's what it looked like. TJ McConnell crosses midcourt, and the Pacers going to take on the Celtics. I'll be back covering that game as well Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Celtics versus Pacers, Game 1 at the TD Garden, as McConnell will dribble off the shot clock. 34.9 seconds left to go as he takes the shot clock violation, and they rack up 130 in this game for Indiana. Just an outright shooting clinic performance by the Pacers, playing a perfect game at the perfect time in a Game 7. DiVincenzo checks out. Standing ovation by the crowd for the Knicks. A crusher for New York fans, paying all the money for the ticket prices. The cheapest ticket was over $600 for this game. Crazy, because the Pacers, you could buy the entire home package for Indiana, and it turned out to be $500 for regular season home games. If you're a season ticket owner for home games at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the whole season package is around $500. To get into this game at MSG, it was over $600 for an individual ticket alone to get into this game. And Indiana wins by 21. They put 130 points on the board for the Pacers and win 130-109 the final score. Thanks so much, y'all, for joining in. I'll be back later tonight covering Nuggets against T-Wolves for the final Game 7 in the second round, so feel free to join in if you guys would like. The Pacers advance to their first ever Eastern Conference Finals since 2014, a decade ago. It will be Pacers versus Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and wow, they were trailing 2-0. They won the last 4 out of 5 games to end up winning the series. No problem. They were trailing down 3-2 in this series, and they were able to come from behind, back-to-back wins, and win in 7. Everybody made an impact today for Indiana. There was no player that was stone cold. Right across the lineup, 6 players in double figures. 26 by Haliburton on 10 for 17 shooting, 6 for 12 from three-point range. Just magnificent. 20 points by Nembhard. He was 80% from the floor, 8 for 10 shooting. Pascal Siakam set the tone early. 20 points for him on 8 for 15 shooting. Aaron Nesmith, perfect. 19 points, 8 for 8. Perfect from the floor. 17 by Turner. He was 7 for 11 shooting with 4 blocks. 12 off the bench by TJ McConnell, 6 for 8 shooting. Ben Shepherd, he went 2 for 3 with 4 points. 9 points in 9 minutes, and a perfect 3 for 3 by Isaiah Jackson off the bench. Obi Toppin was the only player that was below 50% for an individual player for the Pacers that attempted the shot today. Toppin went 1 for 4, scored 3 points off the bench. Indiana had 8 different players who shot the ball 50% or greater. Wow, just a masterpiece of an offensive display put together by Indiana in the game that's mattered the most to them in the playoffs. Game 7, and they go out, they drop 130 and win this game. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream. We're going to wrap up here. I'll see you guys in around 2 hours from now for Nuggets versus T-Wolves. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Guido, Tristan, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, Jack City, and Shalimar. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream for this one today. Pacers win 130-109, the final score. The Pacers will take on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. That will start at Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to join me back for that one here. Thanks all for joining in, everyone. I'll be back on later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Nuggets versus T-Wolves. Till then, see you guys soon, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.